Okay, so it seems to be that a few of you, at least, are enjoying these story time videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. This is another one that I like to tell whenever someone brings up like when they first tried smoking weed, or when the first time they got drunk, or those middle school to high school stories. Okay, I believe, and I don't know, I might be corrected in the comments by the actual person who knows, but I believe this was the summer between 8th and ninth grade, which would have made us 14 years old. A friend of mine went on vacation with his family to Jamaica. And this is something we've since, admitted to his parents and stuff, too, so they know what happened. But it wasn't until a few years ago that all came out. But so he goes to Jamaica, and he comes back from this family vacation. He's down there for a week or two, I don't remember, but he comes back and he calls me up and he's like, "Hey, dude," he's like, "Hey, I brought back some goodies from Jamaica." And now we had both smoked weed several times. Him a lot more than me, but he comes back. He says, "I got some goodies from Jamaica." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what'd you get?" He's like, "You just gotta see it, man. You just gotta see what I got." And so I go over to his house. He also invites over another one of our friends, and so it's three guys, 14 years old, and the guy, we'll call the guy Steph. So Steph, he shows us what he got, and I don't know what the measurements are. Okay, at least probably, I don't know, a quarter. I don't even know. I really don't know what it was. I'll tell you what it was. Okay. It was a good amount of weed, all right, from Jamaica that he brought back. And then also, I remember him having like a pint of 151. If you guys don't know what that is, 151 rum, okay, which is one of the strongest alcohols you can drink, okay, that you can buy is legally. So in Jamaica, marijuana is legal, and everybody does it. And alcohol, I believe, I don't know, but the drinking age is really low there. Anyway, he bought this stuff. I asked him, how did you get this? How did you come through customs with this stuff? He's like, "Well, what I did is," and he showed me, he had this deodorant canister, like a speed stick canister, and he had emptied out most of the deodorant, right, except for a sliver of it, and he had packed the bottom completely full of weed, and then put the top back on, and then, I don't know, sprayed the outside with, some cologne or something, but hid it in this deodorant canister, okay? Went right through customs, no problem, okay? And it wasn't like a tiny amount of weed. This thing was packed full. It was like a deodorant canister like that, and it was, packed in there, packed in. So I don't know how much that is, but when you're 14 years old, it's a lot of fucking weed, okay? So he comes, he invites us over. He's like, "We're having a party, man," and it was just me, him, and one other guy. And we prepared for this evening, and we rolled joints. Now I don't know why. We easily could have just smoked a bowl or a bong and passed that around all night, but no, we wanted to roll joints. Okay, we rolled joint after joint after joint, and ended up with 12 joints, decent sized joints. Okay, that made 4 apiece for us. Okay, who needs 4 joints to themselves plus the 151? But we proceeded to smoke the weed and drink the alcohol. It was crazy. His parents had went out for a date night, okay, to see a movie, dinner and a movie, which is what, maybe 3.5 hours worth of time. To us, it seemed like this night was this long, crazy, awesome night, right? And we got so ridiculously high. Highest I've ever been in my life to this day. I don't think I've ever been that high on weed. I've probably been, extremely drunk before. I've done cocaine, like I've been fucked up on other stuff, but I've never been this high on weed ever in my life. I mean, we were like having hallucinations. Like, I actually hallucinated that my friend was smoking this joint, got down to the roach, and then just ate it, just like that. Like, didn't put it out or anything, just threw it in his mouth. Never happened, right? So, but I completely imagine this. He eats the roach, and then he spits it back out and down his face, right? Didn't even happen. I remember wiping his face, and he's like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "Why'd you do that?" you know? Anyway, this whole thing, we sat on the deck, and we smoked these 4 joints apiece, and we were passing around the bottle of 151, and, like, I remember we had it all planned, so, like, we had it planned so that his parents would not find out, right? So we cleaned up everything, high as we were, drunk as we were. We cleaned up everything. We covered all our tracks. We went inside, and we're like, we need to take baths. We need to each take a bath so that there's no smell of marijuana on us whatsoever, right? So we each took a bath, one at a time, ate a bunch of junk food while watching something on TV, went to bed before his parents got home. So, like, that entire night that we thought was so crazy, wild, having a great time, right? It lasted probably about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It was insane. One of the funniest things is, like, we all went to bed, the lights were all out, right? We heard his parents come home, and then, like, a couple minutes after his parents come home, his dad, like, walks up the stairs, and we're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He comes up, and he knocks on the door, right? So it's like, guys, and he opens the door, and he has this giant tray of brownies, and he's like, brownies? We're like, dude, did he know we were high? Like, he made brownies and then, like, brought it up to us in bed like we needed it. I don't know. But to this day, that's something we'll never forget, is like, guys, brownies. Like, it's an ongoing joke. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, I think back now, and I'm like, dude, my friend was an international drug smuggler at 14 years old. Yeah, one of my fun memories from my childhood of being reckless, dumb kids, and it was a great time. It was a great time. All of us have fond memories of that night. So I remember another thing that we always like talk about if we ever talk about this night is the big white scary guy. And one of our other friends was freaking out, man. He said he kept seeing a big white scary guy coming to get him, and like we didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But the big white scary guy. Hey guys, you remember the big white scary guy? Yeah, we remember, dude. The big white scary guy. But yeah, fun times, pretty crazy. I've definitely got a lot more stories, and I've got another one that's my cocaine story. If anyone wants to hear about that, that was a little later in life. That was when I was like 21. About how I tried cocaine and what followed after it. But that was a little darker. That was a little darker of a story. But this one was kind of a light and funny story. I've never really been that big of a pot smoker. I wasn't really into smoking weed, like, ever. I've done it, a few times throughout my life, and I've never I don't know, it's never been my thing. But yeah, like, that experience of smoking weed, though, is like the best one I have, and probably the best one I ever could imagine, like, having. It was a great time, and it was just funny. It was a funny story. It still is a funny story, and we still laugh about it whenever we talk about it. So anyway, that's my having a friend who is an international drug smuggler story, and the result of that, and the ensuing party that we had that lasted like 2 hours. So if you want to hear my other stories, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting up some other ones along with my movie reviews that I do, series reviews, talking about nerd stuff, talking about comic books, all that junk. So subscribe for more. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.